So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. Okay, and this is TH Futures here on the server. So, this is our first live session, and let's see where to start. So, I actually know a lot of names from here. I guess like they all moved from the old server, but I guess there are a few new people here as well. Right. So, I'll start from the very, very beginning. Okay. And then we will get into trading a little bit if we can and that. Okay, so first of all, my usual disclaimer that whatever we say over here, and especially for me, please don't consider this as financial advice. We are not qualified to give you that, and this is more from absolutely from the point of education. Okay, our objective is to make sure that you guys learn how to trade properly, if not already doing that, and get even better. Okay, that's the whole objective. So again, please don't take it as a financial advice. Okay, we are not at all qualified to give you that. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am trading roughly about 3 years, and I started with zero knowledge. When I say zero, literally zero, and pretty late in life. So my trading journey started terribly. I had no idea what to trade and that. So that was like everybody was trading and getting rich that time. I wanted to do the same. Started off with like OTC stocks. Don't laugh anyone. Okay, lost whatever I invested in. So I decided like after 6 months, after losing and everything that I had put in, okay, that no, I need to learn this game properly. And I started turning around, studying properly, trying to understand and that. So in my first year, I basically just about broke even, just about. Okay, then I started focusing on like penny stocks, and that was my bread and butter for a very, very long time of my trading journey. So with that, in 2022, I made a pretty good amount of money, but I realized that trading penny stocks is not very sustainable. Okay, even though I was consistently doing good, I still trade penny stocks sometimes. Okay, we'll go on that later. So I want to learn about like trading something which will offer me trades every single day. When I say every single day, I mean like I don't have to wake up and find flavor of the day or worry about pump and dumps like that happen in penny stock. Okay, and I don't want to swing. Okay, I'm a terrible swing trader. I scalp mainly. Most of my trades are maximum for few minutes, some even for seconds. That's it. Okay, so I started trying to learn about SPY, trading SPY options. Did that roughly about 3 to 4 months, and then I discovered futures because with SPY options, the problem I was having, like even though the trade was moving in my side, okay, the way I wanted to move, that was like not working out because like there are the Greeks there, right? You have the theta, you have the delta, you have the premium burn, too many things to look after. As you guys will know, and ladies of course, okay, that my trading style is super simple. Okay, it's so simple, I often get asked by people, do I make money at all with these basic strategies? Well, I do whatever I require, and I'm happy with that. Okay, if you're looking at your millionaire traders whom you see on YouTube, Instagram regularly or promoting, I am not that. If your expectation is something like that from me, okay, to learn, I'm not your person, honestly. A couple of hundreds to 1,000 a day if you're looking to make that and compound those gains. Yep, I do that regularly, and I'm pretty confident that I would be able to show you how to do that. But if you're looking to make like tens of thousands a day, I'm not your person, honestly. Okay, so coming back to that, what I was talking about my journey. So in early 2023, I discovered about futures, discovered about funded accounts probably in March, and ever since then, I have been trading primarily futures. I failed first 3 times before I got my first funded account, and that was I think in May of last year or probably early June. And even after getting a funded account, I managed to blow it up. Okay, so I started getting regular, consistent payouts from August of last year, and that's what I have been doing. Okay, I mainly trade like SPY futures, which is ES, and NQ futures, QQQ futures, which is NQ. So what you see on my chart over here is exactly the same layout I use, and I keep this SPY and QQ chart open on another screen. Okay, that's it. And on my third screen, basically I use three screens. On my third screen is my Ninja Trader or Trader whichever I am using at the moment. And then I trade based off that. So that's my entire setup. I love questions. Feel free to ask as many as you want. Okay, there is no dumb or stupid questions. That's for everyone. Because till you ask, then you really don't know like what you're looking for, right? I can go into your minds and talk about that, what you want. Okay, so there's absolutely no dumb questions, nothing. I might give a very stupid answer, that's on me. But for you guys, please feel free to ask always. And if there's no background noise, feel free to keep your mic open, ask me anytime. Okay, so that's pretty much about the introduction. So let's see what we are looking at. So we had this massive run which I took from, I usually don't stay in a trade that long, but this was not stopping me out. So I stayed in it. I pretty much got out around this level. Okay, when this first red candle came up, we had SPY 427 hit, sorry, 487 hit. That was my indication that my welcome is over. So that's the trade I took. The second trade we were chatting about, we were planning to go from this level. If we went from this level instead of trying to be a bit conservative and go from here, we would have made like almost equally good. Okay, so let's see what you're looking at now. And any questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, if you're shy about asking questions in public, DM me. We can definitely set up sometime one to one.
Rose.
I'm sorry.
Downticks.
Was it a question?
Red and green. Are they just upticks and downticks? Easier for you to see everything?
Here? You mean on the bar?
No. Like on the volume below and then on the very top.
Oh, these ones. Okay, so
Just
these
for
are
you?
basically custom indicators that I use, but it's super simple. Okay, let me show you my indicators actually. So what I typically use on this chart is like my EMAs are right here. Okay, that I built up these indicators. So these are basically 9, 20, 60 and 200 EMA in one indicator. And all it does is that I'm a little bit big on visuals, and my trading style, as you will gradually learn, depends a lot on 9 and 20 crossovers. Okay, so typically whenever there is a crossover of 9 and 20 EMA, you will actually see these small triangles coming up. The smaller ones. You see this one here, it's a green triangle. 9 cross 20. This is a red triangle. That means basically 9 to cross 20 to the downside right here. Okay, like my green is my 9, blue is 20, white is 60, and yellow is 200. Okay, so whenever you see these crossovers, that is that basically. And this is another one that I use. Okay, but not really, because like more than indicators and that, I rely on what I see on the charts, honestly. Because what you see on the charts is basically what you get. That's it. Any indicator that you see, that is a lagging indicator. Okay, the only thing that really holds true is your chart. That's it. Okay. Does that answer your question? If not, feel free to ask more. I'll be
Okay.
happy to answer as much as I can.
Yeah. You've been there already a lot for me. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Hopefully, we will have this at least once a week, but I will try to pull in like 2 to 3 sessions whenever I can, and we'll take it from there. Okay, I'm looking at a trade right now. I am planning to go in on 20 EMA on NQ, which is 17365 for me. And if you guys need help, okay, understanding the concept of funded accounts and all that, please feel free to ask because it might be a new concept altogether. So roughly on a funded account, what you do is you don't trade with your own money. Okay, so there are lots of firms out there, hundreds if not thousands. Okay, not all of them are genuine, but good ones are out there who basically, after you prove that you can really trade, will give you the money to trade. So I heard like you mentioned like you made a lot, you lost a lot, right? So if you don't mind me answering, was that your own money or were you using a funded account? All right, let's put
but that was gifted from my grandfather, so
okay.
not really my money, you know.
But kind of like real money, right? I mean, like you inherited it, yeah. Okay. So, with the beauty of a funded account is that, see, when I'm trading, I typically use like 50K funded accounts. Okay, but the one that I'm trading the trades right now is a 150K funded account. Don't be misguided by the terms these guys put up. Okay, they actually don't give you 50,000 or 150,000. What they actually give you is something like a loss limit of 2500 for a 50K account or 3000 for a 150K account, like that. Okay, if you hit that loss limit, you're out, as well as you have a profit target. Okay, so for a 50K account, you have to make like $3,000. There's no time limit. You can make it in any given time that you want, but roughly it shouldn't take more than like the first month to make that on any account. Okay, and if you're a little bit good with your risk management, you should be good there. So what happens is, like, typically these accounts, I don't buy them off the listed
Me6 said, "Hey
prices.
R, welcome to Traders Hub. Welcome to the team.
So
Please
typically
make sure
what
to
I
check
do
off the
is
disclaimer in the disclaimer
that
channel.
whenever there
Thank
is
you."
like a sell, okay, I typically buy them like on a 80% sell or 70% sell. Rarely these guys give 90% sell as well. I typically pick them up at that time. And if you guys need those links or the referral codes to get such discounts, hit us up, hit me or Ninja Trades up. Okay, we will provide you those links. Okay, so that's there. So roughly, even if I lose an account with a terribly bad trade, okay, with like zero risk management and that, my cost is roughly the fees that I paid for the account. So give or take, maybe like anywhere between $40 to $50 for the initial evaluation, and $85, which is the monthly fee for as long as I want to keep the account. Okay, so just imagine how low is my risk and why I'm so comfortable trading off those. Okay, by the way, guys, I'm into the trade. Okay,
Order filled.
you guys heard it. I'm in the trade at 364, and I will be targeting 5 points here because I do want to get a good start with you guys, but I'm already moving my stop.
Stop filled.
Okay, I took actually 2 points of this trade on two contracts. Okay, at 366. So that is roughly about $80 while I'm talking to you all. Okay, so that's typically how I trade futures, and I guess you guys heard it in the background, right? Like it was going on and off.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. What screen am I looking at?
You're looking at
You
my
have
charts,
right. And the one you just did was NQ, correct?
correct?
Okay. And so is that the upper right chart?
That's the top two charts. This is NQ
The
1
top two
minute,
charts.
and this is my reference chart on NQ, which typically I switch between 5, 15, and 30 minutes.
Okay. Can I have you just explain the four charts on the screen? Like what am
Absolutely.
I looking?
Thank you for asking, actually. Okay, yeah. So, typically I trade off 1 minute. Okay, so what you are seeing here is NQ, and at the bottom, what you're seeing is ES. Okay, so this is QQQ futures, and this is SPY futures for those
Hmm.
of you who are new. And on my left, typically, I have my reference charts. Okay, if I'm trading on 1 minute, the rule of thumb is like whatever is your execution, you look at a larger time frame. Okay, so you look at a rule of thumb is like 5 times larger than that. So typically over here you will see 5 minute charts on both ES and NQ, but you will see
Hmm.
like my bookmark times are 15 and 30. So often what I do is I rotate between the time frames. Okay, that's what we do. And just look at this. Okay, just because I want to have a winning start with you guys, okay, not to give anybody heartaches, okay, I closed that trade very quickly with 2 points. But if we held on to that trade, this would be another banger right here. Okay, this would be like a 16-point trade. Okay, we are gonna get a lot of this. Okay, don't think it's a one-off thing. I do this for a living. Okay, every single day, literally. If I'm alive, I'll be trading.
So I guess for me mentally, because everybody's different,
Mm-hmm.
but not really focusing on money values are focusing on points,
Mm-hmm.
and these points differ in how you can cash out. Some places, from what I was reading, you can cash out whenever you want.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's only every 2 weeks,
No,
or
it's actually a money value actually. See, whenever I'm taking points, okay, those are adding to my account, right? So here,
just
typically what NQ trades is like 1 point is equal to 20 bucks. On ES, which is here, the movement is slower, but the movement points are larger. Sorry, the monetary value is larger. Like 1 point on ES is equal to 50 bucks. And what I'll suggest you guys is like we put up something to get everyone started, okay? So in the future education section, I will request you to definitely look this up carefully. Okay, this will explain to you like the basics of like futures trading, the points, how they work, and everything. Okay, so typically these move into ticks. We call it ticks. Like you will see each tick is equal to quarter of a point or 1/4 of a point. Okay, so you see this moving from 71 to 71.25 or 71.50. See, it's always like 0.25, right? So 4 ticks make up a point. Okay, so on 4 ticks, if it's making up a point, that means like on NQ, 1 point is 20 bucks. So 1 tick is quarter of a point. So that is like $5. And on ES, 1 point is $50. And each tick is $12.50. Does it make sense to you guys?
Yes.
If I'm going too fast or something, just stop me, okay? And feel free to ask questions anytime,
just
okay?
curious because I'm looking and I see the blocks behind the graph, and I'm like, is that a tick? Is each one of those a tick?
Nope, you need to see this. Okay, this is basically is telling you the current price. This and this, where my
Yeah,
cursor is.
everything moves in that tick increment, which is nice.
Exactly. Okay. Now, the reason basically I decided on trading futures over options is 3 reasons mainly. Number one, I never have to worry about the premium burn, okay, or the Greeks. I was really bad at learning those. I do understand them a bit, okay, but nowhere close to Ninja Trades, okay, or the people who trade options. So I really didn't want to bother with those, okay. And I came from trading penny stocks. So for me, it's like what I want to pay the price and sell it for. Or if I'm shorting it, what I'm selling it for, and basically then buying it back. Okay, so that's that. Now, I do both long and shorts. Okay, whichever direction the market goes, I just follow it. That's it. Okay, there's no point in fighting the trend ever. So over there, what happens is like what I'm seeing in this screen is basically what I'm paying the price for. I don't have to worry about premiums or anything. Okay, I don't have to worry about like at the end of the day if I'm trading zero DT options, like at the end of the day, if my value doesn't or the my exercise price doesn't hit, okay, I'm out. My thing is like having zero value. I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is that I'm able to trade with a funded account, which is a huge advantage. I'm never risking my money. Okay, so once I discovered that, I figured out like it's brainless to trade options with all due respect. Okay, because like why would I even bother risking my own money when I very well know that worst case scenario exactly how much I can lose. Okay, and number three is futures trades 23 hours a day. So those of you who have a day job, if you are trading early in the morning or depending on your time zone where you are, or maybe like late at night in the evening after you're done with dinner, you can easily make a couple of $100. Okay, my favorite time to trade is between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. before I even start work, before the market opens, before everyone gets into trading. Most of the days I'm done by then if I get managed to get the time, or in the Asian sessions. I can't keep up late at night, but those who are you in the central time, okay, I'm on Eastern time actually. I'm based out of Canada, but those who for you are in Central time, my time 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. provides like great trading opportunities, which I believe in Central
Order
time
filled.
is probably like what? Probably like 11 a.m. and something like that. Sorry, 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, today we won't be actually trading much because like I want to give you guys an idea, overview of like what we do, but just look at it. If we held on to that trade, the one that I took in the right place, okay, like just see the movement, okay, and this is how it moves typically, okay, like I think somebody was asking, shall we get another opportunity like this? We get opportunity every 15 minutes, if not more. Okay, the main thing that you need to restrict yourself is from over trading. So what I do typically, I used to make a lot as to give back a lot. And then I decided like, okay, I run multiple accounts. Okay, right now I have like 250k accounts on Apex, 125k account on Apex, and on TradeRhub I have a 50k and I have a 150k. So 5 accounts. So typically what I do is like on each account, usually I make a couple of hundred. I switch off that account, move on to the next one. So if I do bad on any one of the accounts, it impacts only that account. I'm not impacted by all. Does that make sense to you all?
Yes. Did you say TradingView is one of the platforms you use?
TradingView, I use TradingView for charting only. I can
Oh, okay.
link my TradeOvate to TradingView, but I don't trade off TradeOvate. Okay, I trade off my either. Sorry, I don't trade off TradingView. I use NinjaTrader or TradeOvate to trade with, and those platforms comes totally free for me from the funded account companies, so I don't have to pay anything from the platforms.
Okay.
So Apex, that's kind of what I was focused on as my number one pick of maybe doing a couple of those. Is essentially what you were saying. The fee that you're paying for that, and then the application fee, I guess, if you want to say that.
I don't pay any fee for the platforms because that's covered by the broker. Sorry, by the prop firm. Okay,
Platform, but
yeah.
like Apex, the initial $50, and then to prove my trading excellency and get so
Okay,
Apex,
let
and
me break
then
it down for you. Okay, perhaps I haven't been clear on
trade.
that. So see, how does the journey with the prop firm start? So all prop firms basically offer you different account sizes. Okay, based on the account size, that determines how many contracts you can trade each time. What is the profit target or the loss limit that you have? Okay, these are called evaluation accounts where you start. So evaluation accounts, each one has their different pricing, has their different terms and conditions. Too many fine prints to be honest. Okay. But then again, what happens is like pretty much all are out there to make money, right? They're not charities, they're not giving you guys free money, trust me. Okay. So they take that initial fee and most of the people, okay, they blow up a few accounts before they actually managed to pass one. If anybody tells you that they started trading futures, did super well, okay, managed with the first one, trust me, most likely they're lying. Okay, that it is part of the learning journey. Okay, so that's there. And then once you pass your evaluation account, they will offer you a real account, which is called a PA account. Okay, a PA account basically is the part whereby if you start making money on that, you can take the money out of there. Okay. So typically with Apex, what happens is like 90% of the amount, whatever I make, that is mine, and 10% they keep for themselves. Okay. So if I'm making like $1,000 a day, 900 comes to me, 100 stays with them. Okay. In order to get the PA account, I do have to pay. There are two options to pay. One is I can pay a lifetime fee of $140, or option two, I can pay a monthly fee of like $85. I typically go with the monthly fees, okay, cause like that I found out is more beneficial because sometimes you pay a lifetime fee and something goes bad, you might be losing the account in a day. Okay, so it's not worth it. I would rather pay the $85 fee, which I typically make roughly in a day or more. Okay, I mean, like I make more than 85 in a day, that's what I meant. Okay, so it doesn't really impact me. On my PA accounts, give or take, I have seen on average that I can keep a PA account for like roughly 3 months or something, because no matter how good I am, there are bad days. Okay, so I try to be consistent, but still those are there. That's part of the journey. You have to accept that sometimes there will be losses. Okay, but the thing is that instead of losing 1,500 in order to blow up an account, what I calculate is that the maximum I'm taking a hit is about $120 to $130 whenever I blow up an account. And I make more than that on a day on each account. So it really doesn't impact there. Does that make sense to you? Do you have a clear understanding now how the funded accounting works?
Makes sense to me.
Look,
Perfect. Ask me more
seems
questions.
like they break it down with two different. Yeah, they account right now. Looking at you have a
Absolutely.
rhythmic option,
Yep,
and then you
the
have
trade of weight option.
yeah. Straight up, it seems to be like what I should be focused on, huh?
Well, it depends. Okay, let me put it this way. When I started with Apex in last year, February or maybe early March, okay, they only had the rhythmic Ninja Trader option. So I started with Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader is a very, very robust platform, but it's a bit complicated. Okay. And in Ninja Trader, you have lots of features. Okay, you can put like your custom scripts and everything. But the problem, like I said, it is like takes quite a bit of time to learn, get familiar with it. Still, it is my number one favorite platform. The problem with Ninja Trader is if you're going with Ninja Trader Rhythmic option, Ninja Trader does not run on Mac. Okay, so you have to have a Windows desktop. That's the only place where Ninja Trader works. Okay, you have to have a Windows laptop or a Windows desktop. Okay, and plus you have to invest the time to learn it. Whereas Trade is a very, very simple platform. It works on Mac, on Windows. They even have a mobile app which you can use. Okay, so that's there. Trade is a little bit pricey, I think. Okay, but like it's worth it if you're a Mac user or if you want your things simple. So it depends totally what's your preference. Okay, I would say if you're just starting out, go with Trade. And if when you are starting out, never ever bother trading NQ or ES. Okay, in the education material that I just showed you, you will find something there called MNQ and MES, which are like mini contracts. These are which are micro contracts. These are minis, and those are micros. Those are like 1/10 of the size. Okay, till you find your groove, till you find your footing on the ground, it's much better to trade with MNQ or MES because here 1 point is $20. Over there, 1 point is $2. So when you are starting, you will definitely be making mistakes. Let's be honest about it, right? Okay, nobody is perfect. So rather than losing like $100 on a trade, it's much easier to lose $10 on a trade and learn. So that's one suggestion that I always give. Because like whatever mistakes you guys can think of making, most probably I have made all those mistakes. So talking from experience. Okay, you will never find me like one of those traders who basically says, "Oh, I did this." Okay, in hindsight, we are all extraordinary traders. We are super traders. Okay, if I said that the entry that I took at 64, and I wrote it up all the way up to 400 later, okay, I can say that, but I didn't. You guys heard me talking live, okay, and you guys heard the trades in the background. My objective was very simple. I wanted to have a winning start with you guys, even if it was for like 1 point. That's that. Okay, so I took 2 points of that. I'm done. I'm not gonna boast later that I took it here and I took it all the way up. Okay, that's not me. Okay, so I don't take anything from the servers or from anyone else. This is like consider it like typically I consider it as like my way of giving back. If 2 or 3 hours spent in a week trying to help others helps, I'd be more than happy. Now, typically how I would trade this. Let's come to trading. See, my trading style depends a lot on the EMAs. Okay, I use the EMAs to understand the trends. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so look over here. We went up, 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 up. We hit a point. Okay, and then what happened? Do I know that from this point it will break? Absolutely no, because I don't have any reference over there. I might have a reference here if it went up to here, but it didn't. Okay, that's the place where it went up to. And then what it's doing is coming down. Typically where I would enter the trade, roughly when basically the 9 EMA breaks confidently, this is my place to enter the trade and write it down as long as I can. Okay, as we live trade more, you guys will be seeing this more and more. Do I enter a long anywhere here? Absolutely no. Because I don't know like what's the bottom, right? And the last thing I want is anyone to become a bag holder with anything. Okay, that's the reason probably I cannot swing. Because if I swing, okay, I hate that feeling of being a bag holder, sitting on something for like ages with the hope that this will go up. Okay, so hope honestly for me doesn't work out. Okay, it has to be like what is there on the screen, either up or either down. That's it. So if I'm looking at this, what am I looking at? Before taking any long, I would look at a confirmation.
V, said as you say bag holding, let me check my LYT bag I'm holding. Face with tears of joy.
Okay, I think like I experienced what you said. Okay, so I did a lot of bag holding when I initially started. Trust me, I don't now. If it's a loss, I take a loss, I walk off. Okay, try to keep the losses at minimal. You can easily make those back. But if you become a bag holder, the loss just keeps on becoming bigger and bigger. And the worst thing you can do, there's one more thing that you can do even worse. That is like adding to a loser. So if it's a loser, just cut it out. Okay, it's very, very hard to do that, to bite that bullet, but it's easier to take a $200 loss than a $2,000 loss.
How many screens do you use?
3. So one
You
screen
said
has
three?
this, okay, this
Uh-huh.
chart. Another screen I'm watching SPY and QQQ, and on another screen is my platform.
Okay.
Your electrician apprentice program. And we have class every Tuesday and Thursday, like tonight. Instead of doing class, this is I go to TradingView, and I'm looking at stuff, and that's why I get into some of the swings because it makes sense. Like you see it, it's like it's just been here at this bottom level, 1 penny or a dollar, whatever you want to say, for 7 days. It's like okay, it seems safe, you know, it's
Mm-hmm.
not fall out. And then I get impatient because my day trader mentality of like, oh, I want to do it now, you know? Like if I see you in person in real life and hey, let's go do this. I don't mean next month, I mean like right now. You
Absolutely.
know, so that's
That's my mindset. Okay, I cannot do this. Okay, I simply cannot do this. Okay, I'll be looking at now, okay, the way the chart is moving. Depending on like where it is, I might consider a short here. Okay, but like but if this momentum stays, I would consider a long. Okay, so not taking anything granted.
Hello?
Yep, please go on, sir.
Oh, okay. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. How about you, sir?
Good, man. Good. Just
Order filled.
kind
Okay,
of
I
quiet
just
now.
got filled in at 6 17370, and
Order
the
filled.
order is closed at 68. Okay, so that is again 2 contracts, 2 points, $80.
And options, like going back to the Apex packages, I think that 50K one had 10 contracts.
Well, there is quite a number of views on that. Okay, like Daily Grinder here is my buddy. Okay, he's a superb trader. Hats off to him. He's probably a better trader than me. Okay, he has a
No,
very
no.
different view of the accounts. Brother, would you mind explaining like the accounts and your view on it? Because I just love that explanation you gave that day. I'll ask you to repeat
That's
yourself.
fun.
Like which
All
is the
right, not
best
a problem.
account sizes to choose?
Okay, so the greed side of us would say the 300,000 or the 150 or the 100,000 because we're greedy by nature, right? Not insulting, but it is what it is. However, if you look at it, they're not geared for the trader to win, okay? Because look at the profit of a $100,000 account. It's 3,000. It's $6,000, right? What is your trailing? Your drawdown on that? Look at your drawdown on a $100,000 or a $50,000 account. Okay. The $25,000 account is your best dollar for dollar 1-to-1 because it's a $1,500 profit. It's a $1,500 drawdown. Okay. Does that make sense? Hello? Okay. Now on a $25,000 account, once your account on a funded account, once you get to 26,500, which is the account size plus your $1,500 profit plus another 100, they put another 100 in there so your account is over the threshold. Once you're at 26.6, there's no trailing on it, right? Your unrealized doesn't go into play. So that's a win-win for the trader versus the other ones where you have to have, let's just we'll use a $50,000 account. For the trail to stop, you have to be at 53,100. So you have to leave 3,100 in your account when you withdraw. And 3,100 is a big number. I mean, you got to always have 3,100 for your trailing to not go into play. So if you just open up the Apex and you look at all the plans, look at your profit and then look at your trailing or your drawdown. Hopefully that makes sense.
To me it does. Okay, and I really appreciate that. Okay. And see, one great thing about here, okay, that those of who you are new, like on the previous server that where we are coming from, we all used to bounce ideas of each other because every one of us has something unique to offer, and that's how we learn and grow.
Yes, sir.
Be like any other platform in terms of end of year tax type stuff that they send you?
Okay, I live in Canada. Okay, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
comment
yeah.
on that.
You're way different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think like
You'll get a
music hurts.
1099.
Okay, thanks, Grinder. Can you kindly elaborate more on that? Yeah.
No, I'm assuming. I pretty much answered that question. I mean, they have to pretty much send out that stuff. I was just curious.
So what I do typically is like whatever I make from the trades, okay, I keep a percentage of that aside completely because in Canada we are taxed heavily, and this is treated as like a cap, not as a capital gain, as a trading gain. Okay, so I have to pay like almost 50% of it. So on a high interest savings account, whenever I get a payout, I put aside 50% of it separate. I don't touch that money.
Yeah. 50%?
Yep. In Canada, the taxation is abnormally high. Okay. I'm really crying for someone to adopt me so that I can move to US.
Sure.
I will do all the trading for you guys. Okay, I'll do all the trading, I'll make all the money, just adopt me. And I want to move somewhere warm, man. This place is too cold for my bones.
We get.
Come on, man.
Where do you live?
Me? I live in Ontario, Canada. Okay, so just last week, our temperature was like somewhere around minus 20, minus 22.
Oh my gosh.
This week it's like, today is like minus 2. We are like super happy. It feels quite warm, yeah? At minus 2.
Do you guys have
So
to
the,
condition your cars, like leave them on a charger or anything?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, like if I'm leaving my car outside, I have to have like a wire running to the battery. Okay, because otherwise the car doesn't start in the morning. Plus you get the regular stuff with winter tires and all that.
we get any ice on the road, they shut the whole city down in schools because
You
we
serious?
can't handle it. I'm dead serious. We had
Okay,
like 3 days off last
okay.
week.
For us, basically, about 15 centimeters of snow every day is very normal. Okay, we only get worried if it is like more than 30 centimeters. Okay, then, okay, we take
So
proper preparation of like cleaning the roads and everything. But 15 centimeters, 10, 15 centimeters, that's just like, it's normal, bro. It's rain.
yeah,
Did anyone catch that crude oil move earlier, about 20, 30 minutes ago?
No, my brother told me you caught that, right? I was just talking to him like before starting. He told me like you got a superb trade on that.
Yeah, yeah. I called him in case he wasn't online to catch that. It was ridiculous, just ridiculous.
So, regarding the earlier question of the taxation, right? I think if you can open an LLC and use that, you can minimize your taxes for expenses. That's what my tax consultant advised me to do.
Nice. And you bill everything to the company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my tax, because my taxes are done by my accountant. That's what he proposed at one time. Okay, but then again, this was like last, no, the year before last year. Okay, I never gave a heed to it, but seriously, I need to consider it. And he was telling me about people who basically even put the electricity bill on the company because, like, I'm trading and then there is a cost of electricity, they want to put that as well.
Yeah,
Square.
your workspace, things like that. Like, because these are like short-term trades, the taxation would be pretty high. I think something around 30, 35, I think. Long term
this is
is
what I
10
got.
to
So what was AMC GameStop? Was that 2001?
That was like COVID, wasn't it?
COVID hit, and that summer, yeah, summer into that next year. Sorry about my kids, y'all. Either way, I totally forgot about that whole tax part and used a lot of those funds for down payment on house and paying off my truck. I mean, did nothing but good with it. And then tax time came, and the IRS was like, "You owe 38,000 federal and like 19,000 just in my state." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have this."
Yeah, that's like crazy. That's why you need to keep saving for your taxes. Otherwise, it's gonna haunt you like when the time to pay taxes come.
Oh, right. That's what I'm giving the example of what happens when you don't save. Then they come after you, and then you
That's the
don't have
last thing you
funds,
want.
and you.
That's the last thing you want. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off the mic in like another 5 minutes. Okay, so today's objective was basically to give you guys a brief idea of like what futures trading is, how we do it.
Doing futures or anything.
Yeah,
Set that aside if you can.
absolutely.
You
For me,
know,
futures work out very well because like I need instant gratification. Okay, so that's there. And then have an idea like what we are planning to do and take it forward from there. And if you guys took any of the trades with me, made that 160 bucks, I'm happy. Okay. And hopefully we'll be doing this way better and way more going forward. And if you're too shy again to ask questions in public, DM me. Okay, I will try my best to answer.
Maybe
You know, I was on some YouTube. I was getting these YouTube alerts, and these guys that are on YouTube, you know, good or bad or what have you, there's a lot of scalping now. They're talking. You know, they're giving you these scalping tips and how to scalp, and it's funny because they're referencing NQ, nothing else. You know, that everybody's been focused is NQ scalping.
Yeah, because it moves very fast, provides you so many opportunities. Because if you're looking at the ES chart and the NQ chart, just look like how fast NQ moves.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I think the scalping is very, very good for your evaluation. You know, if you lose a valuation of $37, better than blowing an account and losing your profit that's in there, you know?
can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yep. I
Also,
look at it
these
like
are NQ minis, right? Like these is not
These are
N.
these are like NQ. NQ is mini, MNQ is micro. MNQ is 1/10 of the size.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying. Like when you're starting, start with MNQ.
oh yeah.
And is there a fee for every trade that you
Yep,
do?
of course there's a commission. Okay, like the 4 trades that I took with you guys, roughly, okay, it's about 3.96 or something. Just for ease, I calculate like $5 in my head. Okay, so the 160 I told you guys, out of that, at the end of the day, in my account, about 140 will be added.
Got it.
Yeah, you know, I always hear people complain about the fees, but I think there's a positive. I mean, it's better to have paid a fee and profit than no fee and no profit, you know?
True, very true.
Everybody's got their hand out.
Yep, you need to keep in mind that nothing is free in life. If it is, then there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, man, I've learned a lot from the charting that you've done. A lot with it,
Thank you.
like on the commons, you know, like on just shares. Yeah, I mean it's money there. There's no doubt about it. And that crude oil is still, jeez. There was a ceasefire in the Middle East.
Yep, in the war, yeah.
Yeah, man, the mess.
So if no more questions, okay, I will hop off the mic now. Okay, and thank you all once again for joining.
All right, my friend. Thank you, brother.
Thank you all. Bye.